So our top bit's done. We've replaced the replaced the wall ties in the top bit, and the pointing's done in the top bit. Now we come down and we're going to do the lower bit, and I think we may have some bricks to replace down here. We'll find that out in a minute, but first we're going to do the wall ties. Now I'm not going to cut the pointing out until I've done the wall tie. We're going to put in, we're going to put in this kind of wall tie, fix it to the back wall with resin. So this is my tools for cutting out. A decent hammer, a lump hammer, not a carpenter's hammer, a lump hammer. Bolster, plug-in tool, that's to get the depth. And then these are a couple of homemade things that I use, but you could use an ordinary saw, hard point, or glasses, gloves, and a face mask if you're going to end up breathing the dust. But a face mask is a must. Okay, let's get on and do it. Seems all right. Always being careful to try and draw the dust this way. There we go. So's a bit clean up. There we go, job done. Now here's a wall tie that I've taken out, and as you can see, this leg, which is the outside one, is almost gone right through, rusted, whereas the inner one is quite solid. So that's why we're redoing the ties. I didn't want to pull the tie out through fear of disturbing the joint too much and disturbing the inside. We don't want them bricks moving about. It could crack the plaster inside. I cut out the 3 bricks and I've done them at 900 apart. Let's just show you what I mean. There, actually that's a bit shy, but near enough. And the next one is 180, there we go. And then between the rows, they are 400. Well, that one's actually only 300. I think that's because I worked out up from the bottom 400, 400, 400, and then it just leaves 300. But the more you have in, the better. And the ones I cut out yesterday, I wedged them in just so that the wall was still being supported. I wasn't leaving any vulnerable bits of wall. So today I'm going to cut out some more in the hope that I can use 1 tube of resin to put in the 9 I'm going to cut out. It is a lot easier to drill out the joint, because you can just do it by running the drill backwards and forwards like so. Until you're into the depth you want. That's it, lovely jubbly. Really hard bit there. Let's try that. Ah, that's better. And by the time that's in, that'll be just a job. But we need. It is a lot easier to do a joint and bend the tie down like so. There we go then. So in we go. And it runs and it mixes as it comes through the tube. Look. And that's what we're using to fix them. It's polyester resin. And now in, make sure you get it right to the back of the hole, fill the hole out, and if it starts to pour out, then this one, move along to the next one. Now this one, you see I've got the little bit of mastic there to help hold the resin in. There we go. And that's exactly what it is doing. And you can, if you wish, put just a little dot on this side and then put a brick on it to hold it down. There you go. That one's nicely in and secure. Now I've got my homespun way of doing it. This is a DIY job. A couple of bits of batten, and they're roughly the thickness of the joint. Only roughly. Then we get right, plug it. Way a bricklayer would do it, but this is my way of doing it, or my way of showing a DIY person way of doing it. What we don't want is lots of pug going down the cavity. So we go squish on there, not enough to push down the cavity, and then a little bit up the top there, and that's just to make sure that we've got cohesion. So there we are. that's ready to go. Right, then we want number 4 brick, which is this one. Make sure we've got the right way up. We want a bit of pug on the back, like so. A bit on each end. Like so. And then slide that in. With a bit of luck. And what's happening? Oopsie daisy. What's happening there is that the pug, rather than pushing it down the cavity, you see, it's on the top. Back we go. There we go. And then I'm going to draw that out. Up my neck. Oops. And then just give it a little rub down to share it out. There's that. Now we can plug that in. Okay, so we would put what we consider to be the thickness making sure that the whole bed is pugged all the way along. We put just a small bit there, that's only to make sure we got bonding, and a small bit on the top, like so, and then we put the brick on like so. So what we're going to do is put it through the back, making sure we've got brick on the trowel, and in we go. And then that, with a bit of luck, hasn't pushed pipe down through the back. If it needs lifting in the front, then that's the way to get it up. And that's why I like using the bits of wood, because that holds it how you want it. Okay, but there we go. Check that it's flush. You could, if you wish, you could do that kind of thing. Like that. And the pointing to take the rest of that up. Yeah. Give it a brush off. Get a brush a little bit better when that is slightly drier. So there's your 2 ways of doing it.